Breaking news. Zimbabwe is once again at the center of political attention after a man was reportedly seen holding a banner calling on Zimbabweans to come out on July 31 to protest against the recently signed Constitutional Amendment Number 3, commonly known as CAB 3. Could this mark the beginning of a new wave of demonstrations, or is it an isolated act of political expression? Stay with us as we break down what happened, what CAB 3 changes, and what this could mean for Zimbabwe. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on the notification bell for more updates from across Africa. Welcome to the news. A man has reportedly been seen in Zimbabwe holding a banner urging citizens to participate in a protest on July 31 against Constitutional Amendment Number 3, also known as CAB 3. Images and videos of the banner have been circulating on social media, drawing reactions from supporters and critics alike. The banner reportedly calls on Zimbabweans to come out in large numbers to oppose the constitutional amendment, which has become one of the country's most debated political developments in recent months.
Good morning, fellow Zimbabweans. So the day is on, fellow Zimbabweans, on the 31st of July 2026. Let's all stand up, fellow Zimbabweans, and demonstrate as guided by Section 59 of the Constitution. Let's all make sure we demonstrate peacefully against the amendment of the Constitution of our land by the ZANUPF regime. Fellow Zimbabweans, as you know, we adopted this constitution by 2013. It is a very beautiful document which protects human rights, which protects the rights to vote, it protects the right to health, it protects the right to education, it protects the right to dignity. And today we find that constitution is being amended at willy-nilly without our inclusion, without a collective agreement with us by the political party which is in power. So fellow Zimbabweans, let's stand on the 31st of July 2026 and demonstrate against this bill and demonstrate so that they repeal this illegal amendment, they repeal this illegal law in our land, fellow Zimbabweans. So let's unite. Today we must have been talking about jobs. We must have been talking about free education, which is enshrined in the constitution of the land. But instead, the government of the land is actually, after amending the constitution, that they make sure Mnangagwa remains in power forever, putting resources for what is not necessary. As we know that today, fellow Zimbabweans are suffering in foreign lands, looking for basic jobs, menial jobs, suffering. Yet the government in Zimbabwe is not after making sure we've got jobs. So I thank you, fellow Zimbabweans. Come, unite, and let's speak out. I, Begin Pilombezi, will demonstrate from the border section to the roundabout in Mashingo turn-off, and I will repeat that on the 31st as I expressed, and I shall continue days after to speak out. Come out in your numbers and let's speak out, fellow Zimbabweans, in our numbers, in unity. No, we don't need to be affiliated to any political party. We just have to be Zimbabweans, pure independent Zimbabweans, speaking against this illegal amendment. I thank you very much. Thank you.
The incident has reignited discussion over CAB 3, with many citizens continuing to express differing opinions about the changes introduced by the amendment. Supporters of CAB 3 argue that the amendment is intended to improve aspects of governance and the functioning of key state institutions. Critics, however, contend that some of its provisions could have significant implications for Zimbabwe's constitutional framework and democratic institutions. The reported call for a July 31 protest comes at a time when political tensions remain high, with civic groups, opposition figures, and government supporters continuing to debate the amendment's impact. As of this report, it is unclear who organized the banner campaign or whether any protest has been officially authorized by the relevant authorities. There has also been no official confirmation that a nationwide demonstration will take place on July 31. Authorities have not announced any changes to public security measures, specifically in response to the circulating images. Zimbabwean law generally requires that public gatherings comply with applicable legal requirements, and officials have previously stated that demonstrations should remain peaceful and within the law. Political analysts say public demonstrations are a common way for citizens to express political views, but they also emphasize the importance of ensuring that any gatherings remain peaceful and that all participants respect the law. The circulation of the banner has generated significant discussion online. Some social media users have expressed support for the reported call to protest, arguing that citizens have a right to voice their opinions on constitutional matters. Others have criticized the call, saying political disagreements should be addressed through dialogue and legal processes rather than street demonstrations. The debate surrounding CAB3 has continued since the amendment moved through Parliament and was signed into law. It has attracted attention from political parties, civil society organizations, legal experts, and international observers, reflecting its importance in Zimbabwe's political landscape. For many Zimbabweans, the discussion is not only about the amendment itself, but also about the country's broader political future, governance, and public participation in national affairs. Whether the reported July 31 protest materializes remains to be seen. Much will depend on decisions made by organizers, responses from authorities, and the willingness of citizens to participate. We will continue to monitor this developing story and provide updates based on verified information as events unfold. What are your thoughts on this development? Do you believe peaceful public demonstrations are an important part of democratic participation, or should political disputes be resolved through other channels? Share your views respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this report, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss breaking news and political updates from Zimbabwe and across Africa. Thank you for watching.
They repeal this illegal amendment, they repeal this illegal law in our land, fellow Zimbabweans. So let's unite. Today we must have been talking about jobs. We must have been talking about free education, which is enshrined in the constitution of the land. But instead, the government of the land is actually, after amending the constitution, that they make sure Mnangagwa remains in power forever, putting resources for what is not necessary. As we know that today, fellow Zimbabweans are suffering in foreign lands, looking for basic jobs, menial jobs, suffering. Yet the government in Zimbabwe is not after making sure we've got jobs. So I thank you, fellow Zimbabweans. Come, unite, and let's speak out. I, Begin Pilombezi, will demonstrate from the border section to the roundabout in Mashingo turn-off, and I will repeat that on the 31st as I expressed, and I shall continue days after to speak out. Come out in your numbers and let's speak out, fellow Zimbabweans.